So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished installing new piping over to an island sink area. This is the pantry, and apparently there had been a nail up high, probably from the baseboard, had gone through and penetrated one of the pipes, and it held like for years and years. And they went to do some demo. They're putting in new flooring. When they pulled that back, it pulled the nail out, and so yeah, we need to get it replaced. We didn't know what kind of shape the piping was in. We certainly could have just pulled it up a little bit and then did a repair, but we didn't know what else was happening. There was something going on over at the kitchen island, and of course now I believe, upon further investigation, that that you can see the water down in there, and I believe what was happening is that the leaking was on this end, and it was filling this pipe up, and then it was just coming out over the 2-inch PVC sleeve over on that end, and that's what a lot of the flooding was. And I don't know, because the water, when it was already shut down, we got here, everything turned off, and so I recommended to them that they get a little a drill pump, hooks up right to your drill, a little tube goes down in there and suck as much water as you can out of there. Leave this wall open as long as you can, and then once you've gotten most of that water out of there, or all of that water, then go ahead and run a fan on it, and just leave it open a while so it can air out. Any standing water, you have a hazard of bacteria, mold, algae, anything growing in there, and your pipes going through there, so you don't want it just sitting in that. Anyway, so we're gonna leave that to the homeowner. We showed him that little device. It's like 10, 11 bucks over at Home Depot. You just put it down in there, hook it up to your drill, and it just pumps straight through. It just sucks that water out of there. And get it as dry as you can. So brand new piping, Uponor piping, sleeved all the way through, hot and cold, over to the kitchen cabinet, tied back in with couplings, and of course I labeled it. I guess that's a little discolored on the left, so I was guessing that's hot. Hot usually gets a little discolored. Cold and right. So it's tied back in, and then of course down here in the kitchen, you can see where the pipe comes up. So that was all, it was like a 1x melamine covered board, and it was all swelled up and damaged and whatnot. So we just threw it away, and we cut a couple new pieces. It was like a shelving. It was like a 16-inch wide by 4-foot long or 6-foot long piece of shelving board. So we just cut it, drilled some holes, split it in half, screwed it to the back. The back is swollen pretty substantially. You can see there's a lip, where the back piece is higher. It's because the piece that it's sitting on behind there is warped up, and so we're not going to try and get that down. Mainly it's just to cover the hole. So we got holes cut for the pipe where it comes through, the 2-inch waste and the 1.5-inch vent, hot and cold water lines. We went ahead and gave them a new brass nipples here, a brass adapter. That's a drop ear 90 Uponor piping, goes from the plastic pipe to the threaded pipe, and then a couple of brass nipples in there, little like 1/2 by 2-inch brass nipples, and then 1/4 turn shut-off valves. So those are good. When you go to hook up your dishwasher, you're gonna need to put a T in here. These guys run about, I don't know, $5 over at Home Depot. So right here, so that the faucet actually functions correctly, we've got a single stop, and so it's just a little brass T, same kind of fitting as what you see on there right now. That guy, the chrome portion, which is, right there. It just screws on there. It's a T, and it allows you to run the line over to the dishwasher and then tie the faucet back in. So that's just a quick, 5-minute project. Anybody can do that, no big deal, but I didn't want to get your hot and cold tied back in. We took out all the bracketry that was in there. It had Uponor steel 90, and then a hold right strap that went across there, and some tie wire. It was all corroded and rusted, so we pulled it out, put a block in the back, strapped it to both of the vent on this side, and then the vent on that side, you can see, and then I mounted everything to that 2x4 block in the back. So it's nice and rigid, and like I say, 1/4 turn on, 1/4 turn off, so that's off and that's on, and you can see they're mounted real nice, so off and on. And so you'll want to keep those. If you do a demo and decide you want to do a remodel in there, all that can be reused. You just cut the pipe down about 6 inches, and everything in there can go back in later, after you've done your whatever kind of remodel you're going to do in here. So water's back onto the building. We've run hot and cold through here and gotten all the air out of the line. So everything's back in working order. Outside of that, this installation is done.